Hello, hope you're having a wonderful day. This is going to be my 2025 monthly kit collection video. It is going to be a long one because, as you can see, it is a lot to get through. And the thing is, I still have more things that I want to do, but this is going to be the bulk of it. And this is being released on September 21st. Usually I try to keep my videos short and to the point, but I'm honestly going to let myself just ramble however I want because I have worked very, very hard in the past few months on this, and quite honestly, I have sacrificed a little bit of myself for this. And I'm not saying that to make people feel bad for me, but because I wouldn't have done it if I didn't love it. But yeah, I just want to be able to talk about every detail that I obsessed over. So the overall theme for 2025 is going to be slice of life. It is a very, I think, whimsical and cozy theme. And the tagline is kind of finding joy in the ordinary. And that is also my personal life theme for 2025. So I thought this was just perfect. Part of the reason why this year was especially taxing for me was I decided to release all 12 months at the same time. For all of the previous years, I would release January through June, so 6 months, and then around May, I will release July to December. At least my workload is split into 2. And I have always said I'm never going to do 12 months at the same time because I am a solo artist and every heart, every cloud and speckle is drawn by me and all of the formatting's done by me. So it just wasn't on the radar. But every year when I call for feedback from customers, I always get the feedback that customers would prefer having all 12 months at the same time. And so for this year, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try, and I did it. It was very difficult, but I'm very proud of how this turned out. Another thing is I did a huge reformat of every single item. Even if something looks similar to previous years, I actually redid it from scratch just because I wanted to ensure every pixel was perfect and the spacing was all good, etc. My hope is that this formatting is going to be the sweet spot, and for next year, I don't have to spend time doing a reformat and just focus on adding more add-ons. Fingers crossed that is how it'll play out. So let's get started. I'm going to go over the monthly kits first and then the add-ons, which I will say, if you have a planner that is not as popular, or if I don't have like a specific kit for your planner and size, don't worry. I am currently developing a planner size quiz for the website, and you will be able to take this quiz and the website will give you suggestions on which items will work for your planner. It's not available yet, but I'm currently working on it. So yeah, if you have questions about whether we have something for your planner, just give me a few days. Okay, I'm gonna start with the Hobonichi Cousin kits because I feel like this is what the majority of my customers use. The lighting isn't very good and it is also raining today, so hopefully the colors come off okay. I will have the listings available on the website a few days before September 21st, so you can take your time browsing. So for the Hobonichi Cousin kits, I decided to keep it as a one-page kit because through using this, this was the 2024 kit, and through using it myself, I felt like the one-page kit was a sweet spot. Just like little pops of color and decoration, but not super overwhelming. And not to like toot my own horn, but I felt like the 2024 kit was honestly like pretty okay. I would have been satisfied if I kept it, but there were just a few things that I wanted to tweak. First, I enlarged the artwork box. This one is just a smidgen shorter. And the reason why I enlarged it was because I wanted this to be able to fit perfectly underneath the date cover. And that way, oh, there's gonna be so many segues, but this artwork box is also sold separately. So if you buy the add-on, you can also just use this as a general full box. That is a little water stain from my iced coffee. I just came back from the gym and again, it's raining outside. But anyways, I decided to keep these labels, and what these are for is for covering the red holidays. I didn't cover it here because the red happens to match the poppies perfectly. But I do know, like, for certain themes, the red is very jarring. So these cover the holidays perfectly. However, it also works just as a washi strip or as a label if you don't want to cover that. A lot more icons. This is a comparison to the 2024 kit. I got a lot of feedback that people didn't really care for the speech bubbles, so I got rid of those. I also changed the balloons to these cute single balloons with a little face on it, and because I kind of condensed it, I was able to fit in 3 instead of just 2. I honestly don't know why I decided to make this balloon doodle like a double balloon. A few tweaks, like for example, I shrunk the geotag a little bit. Previously, this came with 1 bill icon, but I added 3. And I know not everyone tracks paydays and bills, but because this is just like a general money icon, you can use it for anything. Purchases, bills, finance, whatever. So even if you don't track these things, I think it'll be quite useful. These emoji heads with the little text, I love using these. So I decided to add 2 new ones. This one says yum, which I think is perfect for marking like going to a new restaurant or just going out to eat or just having a special meal throughout the month. And then this one is just a general one with like little exclamation marks. So you can use it to mark anything that is notable or shocking, important things, stuff like that. I have on the weekly kits this same icon that says plan for next week, and I thought it would be a great idea to have a plan next month. And there's like a little arrow pointing towards the next month, you know? So I thought that was a cute addition. I also added a laptop, a book, and instead of 8 dots, I condensed it to 6 dots. Oh yes, another big change. So the reason why I was able to add so many more icons this time was I got rid of the grid habit tracker. My rationale is, again, another segue, this will come separately as an add-on. So my rationale is if you like tracking your habits, you can just purchase the add-on sheet. And this is a great way of adding more icons that everyone can use instead of quote unquote forcing people who don't track habits to have this box there. Also because of that, I was able to add a lot more labels. These are 4 skinny labels and these are our standard labels. 2 of these thicker labels / boxes, and I kept the headers basically the exact same, except I did change the font because yeah, this collection has a new font. So that is basically the layout, and I hope you really like this new format. One thing that is very difficult, and I think a lot of artists can relate, is I want to make sure my products are loved universally. However, if it's too universal, then it kind of loses some charm that is unique to my brand. So I kind of have to find a middle ground between being universal and also being unique. So yeah, I know not everyone's gonna love this, but hopefully in general it is okay. With that out of the way, I can just quickly show you this is February. Oh yeah, by the way, January's theme is document memories, kind of like scrapbooking. February is sweet musings, so lavenders and tea, some little rosettes. March is day at the park. It is a little emoji reading on the park bench. I love this little chick, so cute. April is, what is April? I think dancing in the rain. Obviously it is a rain theme, but I have official names for it, and it's kind of embarrassing that I forgot, but I think it is dancing in the rain. Oh gosh, okay. I love these colors so much. May, I think, is farmer's market. Yeah. Again, I love these colors so much, especially this purple shade contrasted with the burnt orange. Works really well for fall as well. Oh, another thing that I want to mention is that as always, the monthly header text is cut separately, so you can mix and match and use it for any months of the year. June is ice cream shop, I'm guessing. Okay. July is Poolside Read. And a little fun fact, I based this off the Emily Henry's book cover. I actually have not read the book, but it came across my feed and I saw it and I loved the color palette, so this was kind of inspired by that. It's kind of a tropical thing. August colors are a little bit unconventional for the summer. This is Traveler's Notebook. There it is. There's like themes of maps, traveling, and this museum, which I spent an entire day drawing this museum. Anyways, I just had to make it known that this gave me so much grief. But I really love how it turned out. I especially love this statue. And this pop of red is nice too. Okay, and then we get into the fall colors, which I love. This is Warm Autumn Bakery, or just Warm Bakery, something like that. And again, just like super cozy colors. This emoji working at a cafe. You might recognize this as I had this as a vinyl for the birthday freebies. And I love the little brick wall pattern. I know this clip art looks really small. I will show you a close-up in a bit. Okay, this is probably my favorite. And judging by everyone's reactions, I think this is everyone's favorite as well. This is Camping in the Woods. Oh my gosh, I really should have prepped beforehand. I will put up the official names on the screen, but as you can see, it is an emoji, camping. And as a girl from British Columbia, I was heavily inspired by British Columbia. Although I will say I have never gone camping before, so I'm kind of a fraud. But anyways, it is a lot of earthy tones with bright pops of red and this beautiful teal. I know this isn't anything like super crazy, but I did try to go a little bit outside of my comfort zone with like contrasting colors, and I think it worked out well. November is knitting, cozy knits. I hope that is the name. This is so embarrassing. Oh my gosh. But it is an emoji with some, like a cup of tea. Oh no, November is textiles. Okay, an emoji knitting. There's like fabric swatches and bits of quote unquote fabric sewn to the page. Does that make sense? And I don't know if you can see, but there's like faint knitting patterns and sweaters and this emoji that is just chilling on a stack of sweaters, buttons, lamp, and a really sweet color palette. I thought this was a nice break between, like as you can see, August was like rather neutral. September and October, they're both like kind of cozy, warm colors. And then sneak peek of December, it is like very light, cool tones. So I thought November being a little bit brighter and a little bit more fun with the pink and teal would be a good break in between. Because I don't know about anybody else, but I kind of get bored if it's like similar throughout the year. So yeah, there's that. And then we have December, which is, I think, Snowed In, or like Winter Cabin, something like that. And it is just like typical snowy winter colors with a little pop of browns for the like the wooden cabin feel. So yes, those are all of the themes and all of the Hobonichi Cousin kits. I really hope you love this as much as I do. Moving on, we have the Hobonichi Weeks kit. this underwent major changes. Last year and for previous years, the Hobonichi kits were 2 pages. And as some customers pointed out, the Hobonichi Weeks is a much smaller planner than the Hobonichi Cousin. So why did the Hobonichi Weeks kits have 2 pages, whereas the Hobonichi Cousin, which is a bigger planner, only had 1 page? And the Hobonichi Weeks kits ended up being more expensive because, again, it came with 2 pages. Yeah, thank you to everyone's feedback because that made a lot of sense, and it was very difficult trying to condense 2 pages worth of things onto 1 page and just really try to rationalize what was necessary and what was unnecessary. And I think I came up with something that works well. This year I didn't use the Hobonichi Weeks, so I did consult a few people who I know uses the Hobonichi Weeks. So hopefully, again, this is a good format. A major change is, as you can see, I got rid of the date cover strips. Similar to the rationale of getting rid of the habit tracker on the Hobonichi Cousin kit, I felt like if customers didn't want to use it, why should they be forced to pay for that section of the page, you know? And don't worry, if you enjoyed using the date cover strips, I have it available separately, which I'll show you later. So that saved a lot of space. And in general, I just got rid of a lot of labels, which you can purchase separately anyways. So this is, I think, the bare minimum. We have the artwork, the header, which is again cut separately, a full box, 2 of these half boxes, a fun like post-it note-ish full box. I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a very low energy day, but I have to get this video done because it has to be uploaded tomorrow. Okay, we have some icons. These icons, compared to the Hobonichi Cousin icons, they are shrunk. I think appropriately. I don't even know if you can tell. For example, the day off. They are shrunk because, again, the Hobonichi Weeks is smaller. So plan next month, the laptop. This is a large box meant for the bottom of the Hobonichi Weeks. And I know this takes up a lot of space, but I have heard nothing but love for this part. So I hope it's okay that I kept it. And here we have a bunch more icons. Flipping it this way, we have the days of the week strips. I didn't change anything about it apart from the typeface. And then we have the rounded labels. And then these are dots, but they are mini dots. You can see compared to the regular size. So I think these work better in the Hobonichi Weeks. So that is the format. And we have February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay, this next part, I hope nobody skips over this because the regular monthly kits are the lowest selling kits every year, but I still continue to do them because I know customers who use the ᴘᴛᴇᴜᴜ or like the Happy Planner often feel left out, and I want to keep doing them. But I think this year I came up with something that is going to be well loved across many different planner types. So first, I renamed the kit from regular to large because regular is just so ambiguous, and a lot of people often got confused like what the heck regular even meant, and I don't blame you. So I know large is still very ambiguous, but at least like you have it in your head that the stickers are large, you know? So this is still intended for the ᴘᴛᴇᴜᴜ life planners, the monthly section, and any like larger planners like the Happy Planner and like any like 7x9 inch planners. But I had this idea of changing the first page to be a universal page, and you can purchase this page separately. And I thought this would be amazing for bullet journals and even like the Hobonichi Cousin, if you don't care for like the labels and stuff and you just want a little bit of decoration, I think these pieces of like quote unquote ripped papers look really good. You can even use this in the daily pages and all of that fun stuff. So there's like a bunch of corner pieces and like non-corner pieces of all different sizes. The monthly header is cut separately. Little dots and little deco pieces. All of the doodles are here so you can still plan functionally, and just a few like labels and stuff. So again, this can be purchased separately. In addition, it'll also be available on washi paper, as you can see. So I'm really excited for this option, and I'm especially excited to see how everyone decides to use this page. But for the rest of the two pages, page 2 and page 3, this is going to be specific for the ᴑɪᴇᴜ planners, and I think the label width is like around 1.61 inches and like 4.08 centimeters, something like that. So this is wider than the Hobonichi Cousin, and this did undergo major reformatting from previous regular monthly kits. We have the days of the week headers cut separately so you can rearrange based on whether you prefer Sunday start or Monday start. 2 full boxes, some like half boxes and third boxes, skinny labels, these checklists, more headers that are blank. And then we have these emoji head boxes. These are really popular. Some stitched checklists, a bunch more labels, boxes, and even more icons. So yeah, hopefully this is something that people are interested in. February, March, April, we have May. I love this so much. All of the little produce doodles. June, July. I'm going through all of this like very quickly, but I again want to put this out there, like every little detail. Oh, I hope I don't cry. Every little detail I spent a lot of time on. And I'm getting a little bit emotional because I know I sound really dramatic, but it quite literally caused me a lot of pain. And again, I'm not trying to make people feel bad for me because I wouldn't have done it if I didn't enjoy it, but okay. September. I love this display case. I really want a cinnamon roll right now. October. This is one of my favorite touches. These are modeled after Timberland boots, and there's little footsteps. My mom has a very similar hat. November. Really love the grid pattern. Does anyone know what this is called? Like the knitting stitch pattern. I feel like there should be a name for it. And then we have December. There's a little window and fountain pen and postcards with a little emoji wax seal and tea and biscuits. I love this box so much. Okay. I don't use like the ᴑɪᴇᴜ planners anymore, but I especially love these kits because unlike the Hobonichi Weeks and even the Hobonichi Cousin, the artwork is a lot bigger, so you get to see a lot of the details that I put in. And I think it's a shame that some of the details in the other kits don't really shine through. Okay, and then I will quickly go over this. The artwork is the exact same, but it is just on washi paper. And Again, the colors are different because of the different material, and it is a different printer as well because it needs to work on the washi paper. So there's that. Then we get into all of the add-ons. I think I will start with I'll start with these. First up is the sticky notes add-on. I decided to revert back to my original format of just 12 large sticky notes. 2023 was the same format, and then 2024 I changed it to like a mix, but I didn't like it very much, and I thought having a consistent look was better, so hopefully that is okay. This is January, February. I try to do a mix of like plain ones with doodles, and then some like pattern ones. I also have to say, I definitely worked very hard on this, but my dear mom and my staff, they are cutting and they're printing and cutting these like crazy, and they are working very, very hard to have all of these stocked as well. I'm very, very grateful that I can focus on designing. Okay, the next one is another exciting one. This is the bullet journal page, but the reason why I am so excited is, according to a lot of feedback, many customers wanted this available on washi paper as well. And that is exactly what I did. And despite this being called the bullet journal page, it works well with a lot of different planners as well. So I personally don't use this, but this covers the number perfectly. Another feedback that I got was, even though these kits, this can be used for any year, and I decided to make these headers the same for all of the sheets, because another feedback that I got was, if somebody purchased the Hobonichi Cousin kit and the bullet journal page for the date covers, you get 2 sets of the Monday through Sunday, and so one of them is redundant. So I decided to make this one unthemed and just an emoji, so that way you can use this on the weekly section or just like in general. So hopefully that is a welcomed change. We have some mini doodles and these emoji checklists. And then we have the bullet journal page, which is the exact same, but again, wait, what? I am gonna have a mental breakdown. I just noticed the 28 is a different color. What the heck? How did that happen? Okay, well, this is my first time discovering this mistake. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, but I'm gonna show you anyways. I will definitely come up with a solution, because this is not acceptable. For some reason, July to August is okay. I am very upset because I don't think I have time to fix that. Okay, well, I might actually have to pull this from the release. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know if I made a mistake somewhere or if something happened during printing. Okay, well, things happen. Next, we have the washi strips, and I'm very excited about this. This is the washi strips, and this is probably one of our most popular add-ons every year because it is universal across many planners, and I made a lot of changes based on your feedback from the Facebook group. First up, for the die cut doodles, it is now a seamless design, so you can see the scissors ends there and then it continues there. Same thing for this thicker strip. After the jar, it is the Tombow brush pen. And a lot of people mentioned that the 5th design at the bottom, it was just kind of randomly there because it wasn't duplicated. So what I decided to do was get rid of that and instead replace it with these mini washi strips. I replaced it with these mini washi strips. They are so cute. Maybe you have like something here, you can like paste it on the page to make it look like it was stuck on there. Does that make sense? These are basically washi stickers of washi strips. So I'm really excited to hear what you guys think about this because I'm personally excited to use this in my spreads next year. Sorry, this is all like creased. I'm so sorry guys. My brain is like all over the place now after discovering that mistake. I'm trying to move on, but my head is thinking of solutions at the moment. So previous years, I had 3 label options. I had 1.3 inch, 0.95, and 0.8. This year, I added yet another one, 1.2 inches. I'm not gonna flip through every single page. I was going to, but again, I'm starting to get a little deflated over here. But yeah, this is what the format looks like. Regular labels, skinny labels, some doodle ones, and boxes. And this is the same across all of them. 1.2 is very similar, but of course it's thinner, so some of them are turned 90 degrees. And again, it is all the same. I will publish the listings in advance so you can look at each page. We have 0.95, and because I got rid of the small sticky notes on the sticky notes add-on, I felt like it was okay because I added a few over here as well for the smaller planners. And then 0.8 is the smallest one. So tiny and cute. And even with the doodles on the labels, I tried to ensure that there's enough room to still write something. Those are all of the labels. And the last set of 12 add-ons is a new one. This is the Icons sampler. This was heavily requested and I'm so excited for it. These are all color coordinated with the individual months. And I thought really hard about the icon selection and also just like what someone might need throughout the month. So we have some shopping bags, grocery icons, 4 money bill icons. Again, it doesn't say payday or bill due, so you can use it for whatever, even purchases. We have 2 cars. They're facing different ways. These are some utility icons, which if you don't mark utility bills, you can still use it for other things. So we have a light bulb, a water droplet, Wi-Fi, and a phone. We have 2 clocks, a pillow. You can use this for social gatherings or like a date. 2 more balloons, some speech bubbles, these small emoji head sticky notes, 2 pencils, 2 fountain pens, 2 laptops, books, a coffee cup, a takeout bag thing, this medical cross, a ticket. You can use that for movies, concerts, anything that requires a ticket. And then 2 house icons you can use for like cleaning or going to someone's house, anything like that. I really hope you love this icon selection. Some of them are new icons, some of them are old favorites. One other thing that I want to mention is that a lot of people have requested for single sheets of like the down days, the yum, yay, stuff like that. I will do full sheets of those at a later date because as you can see, this is already a very big release and I don't want to overwhelm both my team, but also customers. Okay, then we have some single add-ons. These are the monthly headers. I have 4 options, a colorful version and a black outline version. As well, you can pick between regular matte paper and washi paper. And I was also thinking with the matte paper and the black outline version. You can even color in the text if you want to. Another new addition I'm excited about is the monthly numbers page. And this one I thought would be especially great for international customers who don't live in an English-speaking country and they might not want English text. So this is another great option to have. Another very popular thing that I do every year are the large doodles. These are just on washi paper. Oops, I should arrange it accordingly. We have Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and I really filled this to the brim with larger doodles, medium-sized doodles, and very small doodles. Again, those are on washi paper. Then we have the mini doodles. This is divided into 2 halves, so it goes like January, February, March, etc. as rows. And these are great, of course, as decoration, but also as like little bullet points. Also on washi paper. Then these are also all on washi paper. We have the regular size dots, and I also added text so you know which column is for which month. So this is the regular size. And then we have the mini dots. These are 3 millimeters in diameter. These are very, very tiny. Think the size of the Hobonichi grid. So I would actually recommend using tweezers for these. But again, I also did the number so you know which row is for which month. And mini squares. Love me some functional stickers. Oh, one other thing. Sorry, coming back to this, the washi strips. Another little detail that I added are these, I don't know if you can see, little tick marks. These are sectioned into 1.3 inches wide. So if you wanted to and you use the Hobonichi Cousin, you can use an X-Acto knife and cut these into 5 strips. I thought this was a really nice addition. Doesn't really affect any other thing, but yeah. Then we have the Hobonichi Weeks monthly date covers, as I mentioned. The day numbers, rather. So 1 through 31, and it matches, it matches all of the monthly kit colors. And it is separated by quarter. You also get a bunch of these extra strips to cover the days that are not part of the month. And then I also mentioned this, but we have the artworks available separately. Hobonichi Cousin, Hobonichi Weeks. Not only that, this year I also made a version on washi paper. I would honestly love just using these in my weekly spreads even, just for an extra bit of cuteness. As I said, I got rid of this from the monthly kits, but you can purchase them separately. I also did reformat them a little bit, and my thought was that this flag was very short and it might be difficult to write on it, so instead I just made it like an open space with sparkles on each side. Because these are smaller, the last row is all gray. Then we have the Hobonichi Cousin Days of the Week headers. These were also very heavily requested. These are different from the solid ones in the kits, and my rationale was that if you wanted to get extras of these just to use in general, like for example in the weekly section, maybe these colors are a little bit too niche. These are still matching with the monthly themes, but it is a lot more cohesive, so it doesn't look as jarring if you were to use this, for example, in the weekly section. So yeah, this is the first half of the year, and then this is the second half. Then we have the wacky holidays, and I condensed everything onto a large page. Instead of 4 wacky holidays per month, I did 3, and I have the option of the black and white doodles and the colorful version. This would be great if you want to just have a minimal look, but also I thought it would be fun if you wanted to color it in yourself. And a change that I made this year was that the doodle and the text is cut separately. The text is just a very skinny rectangle, and I thought this was a good idea because depending on the spacing of your planner, you can stack the doodle on top of the text, or you can put the text to the right or to the left. So it's up to you. As usual, we have the month printed as well as a number, but it is not part of the sticker. Also, this way you can totally just use a doodle in general and not care for the text. So there's that. Lastly, I have the year at a glance stickers, which I want to say I have a few more things that I just don't have available yet. I will be showing this next week, but essentially I have made a year at a glance sticker for the Hobonichi Weeks and the A6 Techo, so please stay tuned for that. But yeah, this is the year at a glance for the Hobonichi Cousin, and I managed to condense this onto one page instead of two separate pages. Not only that, there are 4 options, and you might be like, what the heck, Helen? What are you doing? So because this theme is kind of seasonal, I know that people in the Southern Hemisphere, for example, Australia, the seasons are kind of opposite of us. So like when we are celebrating Christmas, it is like burning hot in Australia. So like a winter theme might not be so appropriate. What I decided to do was have a Northern and Southern Hemisphere version. So for the Northern Hemisphere, this is just like the order that I have been showing. December is like the cozy winter month. But I also have the Southern Hemisphere where, I mean, I thought January was like fitting for both hemispheres. Like February, we have a summer theme, and then March is like starting the fall months, and then we have the winter months, and then the summer months with the ice cream. The reason why we have another version is because I did both Monday start and Sunday start. I am personally a strict Monday starter, but I know people sometimes prefer Sunday starts for their calendars. So that is why we ended up with 4 versions. And again, I do have a version for the Hobonichi Weeks and the A6 Techo, but I will show that next week. Okay, that is the end of it. I'm gonna keep this outro short because I'm starting to lose my energy and my voice. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone for all of your support. I am very proud of how this turned out, except for the stinking bullet journal page that I have to figure out what happened. But it's kind of ironic because last year I also had an issue, a separate issue with the bullet journal page. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really, really hope you like all of the reformats, the themes, the new additions, and if you decide to purchase these pieces for your planners next year, I hope it brings you a lot of joy. And yeah, thank you again. I will see you next week. Bye.